P collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area, stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said, okay, we all should play. Hot potato, whoever got the hottest challenge accepted. It's me, Hamza. That's like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side, ooh, he blessed me. All the lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that pint called strikes don't cut her. Attracted to the mind but I like mine's hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hello world.
Hello.
I am going to get through this as fast as possible. I'm not feeling well. For everybody wondering where the energy is, you're not getting the same fucking energy today. I don't feel good. So
neither do I, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Lord.
Sinuses is killing me right now. My allergies, because this weather does not know what it wants to do. One moment it's hot, one moment it's cold.
Oh, it's like that where you are too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
it's terrible. Like I got rid of the congestion, and now I'm trying to get rid of the pain. Now
you're in pain.
Yeah, right in through here.
Maybe you have a sinus infection. Sometimes bad allergies are turning to that.
I hope not, because I never do that. Hey Naya, thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know I need to go. I need to go to the store and go get some. I'm over here playing.
Mucinex works.
It does. Yeah.
That like when you're sick or have sinus issues, that all those other medicines that I can't say here, I could get in trouble. But don't do shit. But I guess Mucinex has like an ingredient that will actually like fix.
Oh yeah. When I get the flu, that's exactly what I take is Mucinex. So yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, we're on the same energy today. I was like, Lord, hopefully James is okay. But James knows me. He knows I go through things. But, anyway, we are here to go over Love and Hip Hop Miami season 6, episode 3. I know it's numbered something different for those who have cable. I don't like the way they label and number these episodes because it gets confusing for me to set up the lives and to keep track of where we're at. But the episode is titled Guess Who's Back? So we are going to jump into this episode of adults that are acting, I can't even see like children, because children know to behave better than some of the cast of Love and Hip Hop, just both cities. But it was an interesting episode to say the least. So it starts out, hello, Mr. Osotenda. Thank you.
Yo.
It starts out with Miami Tip. Every time I see her, she kind of reminds me of like the female Benzino. She don't really have a neck, but she do, if that makes sense. Is that mean to say? I have a neck, everyone. It's a good one.
Mine is a struggle bus. I got all of these. I got to get rid of.
But I see your neck before your shoulders. And Miami Tip always looks like she's like stuck. I don't know. Anywho, she goes to meet with Bobby Lights, which lets me know it's already going to be some mess. And for those who are unsure, they do have a history. Miami Tip, Bobby Lights, and Eliza Rain, they all knew each other in the strip club. So they've maintained that friendship somehow. Good for them. But they meet and discuss what Shay said online. Shay has spoke about Eliza online, saying that she turkey basted her baby, which she basically did. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. And that is the only reason I am saying allegedly. I'm going to just leave it there. James's face is like, I'm not saying shit because he's the one trained in law. So he's
I'm not saying, well, because here's the thing. As much as I am trained in law, I'm also trained in biology as well. And I know that that is not always the effective way to get a pregnancy. Is it possible? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But when I tell you there is a method and process that she would have to endure that I don't think that she can. Mm-hmm. Just by that being inserted into her. Because if that's the case, I fear for her gynecologist appointments.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, also, he's absolutely right with the biology. Because I know when I was doing fertility stuff with my husband, when he had to bring his little nut in the cup, sorry, that's what's happening. They were like, you have to do it. There was like a 15-minute window. Like if you do it away from the doctor's office, because it has to be a certain temperature. Like sperm don't live that fast, basically, or that long. outside of
It does, and not even only that. And I was talking about her inner regions, not
I don't want to talk about her inner regions.
me either. But I'm just saying, like,
James, he got all sweet her inner regions. I'm going to start referring to vaginas as the inner region.
Inner regions, her inner regions, and walls and calls.
I had to fix the brightness on my laptop. My husband's always turning this shit down. Anywho, I'm trying not to laugh at you, James. Miami Tip says that she never said that Eliza used a turkey baster. I can't fucking believe I have to discuss this. She says that what she has said was that Eliza planned to have that baby without Future a part of the plans. That's the baby daddy. Why are they acting like they can't say his name on this show? They're acting like they cannot say Future's name. I don't know if they don't want, like, if he doesn't want his name mentioned, but
he probably sent her a gag order.
I mean,
he probably did. No, I mean,
he did to smart.
He did to Sierra, allegedly. She couldn't say his name.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't want people to say your name and go spend money on gag orders and not your kids, then just wrap it up. I'm just saying, like, wrap it up. Why are you going to put that much effort?
Girl, you know my eyes and stuff is hurt. Don't even make me laugh this hard.
I'm sorry. But no, I think that's reasonable. I don't get why people, men and women to just get pregnant by any fucking body.
And that's my whole thing. You said it. First of all, this man got babies all up and down the Louisiana Purchase and Mississippi River, and you mean to tell me that you really thought that was a viable option?
Not the Louisiana Purchase.
I'm just saying, he do. That man got kids all up and down, and you mean to tell me that was the viable option? Okay.
Naya says he may have put his foot down. The other one. It's baffling to me that anybody would choose to even sleep with someone who has, in my opinion, more than a certain number of children. That means
I feel like women's minds don't think like that. I feel like after 3, that should automatically disqualify.
Yep.
The sex didn't have a condom if he has more than 3, because that means his soldiers march. So meanwhile, if y'all ladies just laying down all free willy-nilly and then acting like, oh, well, he don't want nothing to do with me, well, duh. You giving him, when you hold all the power, women have to understand, y'all hold all of the power. Y'all hold all of the power.
I think they understand that, but they don't want to hear it, because I think women often try to manipulate that power, hoping that they'll be,
it ain't gonna change, sis. If that's the truth, if it's what Mrs. Best just said just now, that is nowhere near true. You are lying to yourself. That ain't gonna bit more keep him than anything else.
Yeah, because either it's that. Sorry to the women out there who's just having babies. It's either that or y'all lack common sense. Sorry, but Bobby, it's true. I don't give a flying fuck. You can get mad. I know you love your baby. Your child's precious. You don't regret them. Whatever. Okay, you should regret sleeping with that man. Anywho, the thing of it is, Bobby Lights wants them to talk Eliza Reign and Miami Tip, and I do not know why. I think that the things that they said about each other were low enough that I wouldn't talk to someone who said something like that about my kid, even if it was true, because if we were friends, I'm a person who, even if we fall out, I'm not going to tell you business, because what is that going to do for me? But that's me. I know some of y'all is real angry in your soul, so you might feel different. Naya Green has commented, it has to be about the money. He can't possibly be the best father in that many households. Nick Cannon. I like how Nick Cannon has fucked up so bad. And it's sad that when talking about his kids and how they came into the world, I have to say fucked up so bad, because when someone just has to type Nick Cannon and nothing else, and we understand what she meant by that, that's how you make it too many kids. It's not cute.
Well, I know 1 or 2 of them women that carries his children. Well, one that carried a child and the other one who didn't, who was on the other franchise. I know she ain't got no damn sense, and I know I'm not gonna say the baby mama that I know doesn't have no sense. I think if this is the commonality of all of the women that don't have any sense, I think that this is why. I think to me, it may have just sounded nice. It sounded nice to have a baby with Nick Cannon. It sounds nice to have a baby with Future because y'all can't see past whatever y'all can't see past. But the problem is that you either get one or two situations. You either get to have a vacant household with only you and your child, or you end up on shows like this, like these fools that have kids with these men, and then everyone's making fun of them on how they even got the kid with them in the first place.
Yeah, my thing, which we'll see later, y'all have these rich baby daddies who may not be around your child, but at least help you financially. And these women on this show love to complain about how hard they have it. And I'm like, you really don't have it that damn hard. You can afford babysitters. You can afford.
I don't know. I want to see the child. I know Nick Cannon take care of his herd, but I want to see I want to see the receipts for all of the baby mamas, including Sierra. I want to see all of the receipts of the child support from these baby mamas. Y'all post them online. I don't feel like paying $39.95 for the court records. So y'all post this online and let me see what everyone's getting.
Yeah, I'd love to know because the way they speak, you would think that they have no help. But It is what it is. It is what it is. Just a hot mess. So the next thing we see is more baby mama drama. That's why I've hashtagged, if you look at the tags for this video, baby mama drama. I literally typed it out because that's what this episode was. Amara La Stupid is upset at Alan's live. Alan did a live, which they showed on the previous episode, saying that he cares for his daughters and that it's been hard for him not seeing them. He says he wants to see them, but Amara keeps him away. I know that Alan is not the greatest person, but no shade. Amara is not either. She just likes to paint herself as innocent. I believe what he's saying, but at the same time, my mama tried that shit with my dad. She was real bitter after they divorced. She was real fucking bitter. She tried to fight in court. You can't see him to where a judge. I'll never forget being in court at 12. And the judge said to my mom, because we did the mediation, they'll ask your kids what they want once they're at a certain age. And I was like, I'd like to be with both parents, but I care to be with my dad more. And she tried to lie to the court. The judge said shame on her for wasting the court's time and all sorts of stuff, because people just be sometimes angry that it didn't work out and they want to keep and use their children as power. You know, sometimes it's not always the case, but Amara gives me that a little bit. But she says it has been hard for her not to clap back at Alan. And in my opinion, I'm going to stand by what I've said in previous videos about Amara this season. I think this is her karma. I believe that the universe comes and gives us back what we put out to it tenfold. I don't hope anything negative for her kids. I know they have support because her mom don't want to work and is always around her. So I know that she has support for these kids. Unfortunately, not from their dad. But I feel like, Amara, you're crying to the internet about how hard you have it as a single parent when you got pregnant by a nigga that you met while you were with your ex, who was his friend, one. Then separate from that, you knew that this man traveled. If he was away from his other kids to see you, why are you upset that the same thing is happening for your kids? To me, it's like you knew the man was away. You knew he wasn't in this country. He's not even a citizen. Why are you crying to us about shit that you knew about ahead of time and still chose? And you had a miscarriage before you had these kids, this successful pregnancy, where he gave you zero support. And you cannot say to us that he gave you more support because it was filmed. You crying and throwing a fit and your mama being mad and hollering at him in Spanish. It was filmed. So James is looking like I agree. Because why?
No, I'm going to say this. Doesn't her story right now playing out on TV sound familiar? Doesn't it sound familiar? Think back a couple of seasons when her dad came on the show. And think of how that story played out. So for those of y'all who are confused.
Oh, when he dipped.
Not when he dipped, the background story. He had a whole other family, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's a very good connection. So she's repeating
yes,
the cycle
she
of
just
her parents.
repeated the cycle of her own life with now her daughters. And the problem is that she has the ability to change it because this man is verbally saying, I want a relationship with my daughters. I want to be there, but she is keeping me from him. Somewhere down the line, I can't prove it, and I'm not going to speak this on her mom, but I'm going to speak my opinion. I believe her father tried to come into her life maybe
Yeah,
more than a couple of occasions, and her mom has kept him away because of the embarrassment of what he did. It's the
that's what
same
Dad
thing.
said actually before when he first came on the show. He tried to explain that to her,
Yeah.
and her mom got real mad about it in a way where I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Why are you so
Why are
angry?"
you mad? And that let me know right there that you was embarrassed by the situation. You was embarrassed because
Yeah,
you was the other woman. That's why you were embarrassed. And to me, Amar just did that exact same thing. So when I was watching this, I said, you more like your mama than you want to let on, and you just did exactly what your mama is doing. But the problem is that you're not on TV where your mom didn't have that opportunity. So you could actually change this and break the cycle. But something tells me she's not going to break the cycle because what a lot of you women do and men do it too. I'm not going to say this, men do it as well. But what you women do is that y'all want the control of the situation a lot of the time. Y'all want him to only be with you and only you and them kids. So what you do is you manipulate the situation where you can't see your kids unless you come see me first. That's what a lot of you women do. And on the flip side, a lot of you men like to do is when the woman don't give you access to her anymore in the way you had her, you then neglect your children. So
mm.
it's very much on equal
It's a ping
partings.
pong of bullshit.
It is. It is. Absolutely. And that's what we're seeing a lot of the times. But it was just so interesting because she's on the show and I only can speak from her perspective because I can't see his. But from her
Mhm.
perspective, all she did was repeat the cycle of her. But she has
Yeah,
two beautiful daughters instead of
yeah,
it just being one. So now, yeah, but she's doing the same thing. But she has
yeah.
the power to change it, y'all. She has the access, she has the money, she can go to therapy and do all of that. So,
I
yes.
always say for the therapy part, if you're able to identify that this is a problem for you, which Amara has done since season 1, then you're also able to choose to get help. She knows what the problem is. She's choosing to ignore getting help for it.
Mhm.
And everything James said made sense. Everything. Those who don't agree with it, don't agree with it. You probably got a big debt. But I'm just saying, what he said does make sense. Mr. Oso 10 disagreeing with you. I agreed. I had to leave this up. Delusion. She said, I ain't gonna say all that. The girl is delusional. Because Amara does at times seem that way, but I think she's also knowing. Mr. Also Tendon says James speaks no lies. And it's true. We have friends that I have female friends and male friends that do this. Right. And I'm just like,
Oh, we all know people who do this. We all
yeah,
know
just
people who are like this. And what's so sad is that they don't understand how much they're in their own way.
yep.
Both men and women. They don't understand that. And the thing about it is we need to start telling the truth about this and about what it really is. And I think if we start telling the truth, then this probably would happen less frequently. I'm not saying it's not going to happen at all because it definitely will, but it will
Mhm.
happen less frequently in that our community, if we start telling the truth of why these situations are happening. Men tell the women why you don't want to see your children. It's because you don't have access to her. She won't give you the cookie like you wanted it. Women tell the men why you won't allow them to see their kids. It's because you want to be their woman. And if you
Yeah.
start being honest about that, we could all go home. Just saying.
Tabata says, though, she claims that this and what is happening with Alan is why she doesn't trust people, which just proves James's point further of it being something that goes back to family. In my opinion, and I wrote this in my notes, which also proves James' point, Amara is the problem. She's done this with MJ. She's done this with this guy now, and she'll probably do it with the next. Everything she does seems to be about how she looks.
Yeah, and Namara, this is what we want you to do. We want you to tell the truth about what your dad means to you, because this is ironic that you are meeting two men that carry traits of your daddy, MJ and um, damn, forgot the
Alan.
I forgot Alan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your dad replicates in both of those men in two different ways: the freeloader, because that's what we witnessed, and
Yeah.
then the man who knows how to stay away. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we witnessed.
That's actually
So
true.
you need to tell you the truth about what your daddy actually means to you, because it's ironic that you're meeting men that carry his two sharpest traits that were displayed on the show. Just saying.
That's true. Overall, though, I'm annoyed with Amara. You know what the issue is. Girl, you got all the money in the world. Go seek a therapist. You have a full-time babysitter. Please go seek a therapist, girl, because it's getting old. You just complain. Moving it along. Keep discussing these people. Florence L. Luce, Flo, Nia Green had commented generational curses are so hard to break. They are. The hardest part about them is not changing them, though. I think it's people accepting their truth.
I'm
And
gonna
then
say
doing
this
something
because
about it.
that's not always true. They're not hard to break if you're honest about what the curse is.
Mhm.
A lot of people, because what that does is that makes your parents or your grandparents or whoever raised you to present the curse to you, it makes them have to be accountable in more ways than we want to imagine them being accountable, because then we look at them different. And the idea behind it is that we don't need to look at them different. We just have to be okay with saying they did the best they could, but we can do different. And I think that that's the truth that we need to start telling. But a lot of people don't get the tools. I've been in therapy for 17 years. I completely understand my generational curses, all of them. And I am breaking them one by one. It's a hard process, but I am breaking them one by one. But in order for me to do that, I have to tell the truth, not only about my parents, but my grandparents and anybody else in my family that partakes in those curses. I have to tell the truth about what they all are. And a lot of people have to do that too. So I don't think it's necessarily hard. I just think we have to do a lot of work to break them. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But people, you gotta be honest with yourself. Shit.
You have to be honest. Yeah.
If you
No
can't,
matter
not gonna be
how
honest.
good or ugly it is, you have to be honest.
Yeah. And sometimes for those who have children, if your curses have led you to have those children, that does not mean that you regret your children or any of that, but it's you improving yourself so that they can have a better quality of life as well as that experience. So I'm glad you said that. Hopefully it gets through to somebody.
Hopefully. Praying.
Florence L. Luce hires a photographer for her fake girlfriend, Claudia. She wants to help
I gotta
elevate
go off camera for this for a second. See.
She wants to help Claudia elevate her modeling career. Now, I have an iPhone, and it has a camera on it that is as good as the cameras photographers use. Some photographers will take their photos with iPhones or Samsungs, whatever the hell. What I'm trying to say is, in the world of technology today, having a photographer is not going to elevate your modeling career unless it's someone who's like truly known, works with, people walking the runway, things of that nature. Some random photographer for the Haitian girl who comes with a fake storyline and is dingy as hell, that's not going to help elevate Claudia's career. And especially since he allowed Claudia to take that picture in that horrendous wig. And I just don't know why she said that. Anywho, Flo tells Claudia that she spoke to Marlon. She says she still wants a divorce, but she says that Marlon has blamed her for his depression and his homelessness. Grown-ass man blaming somebody else for something. And Flo's dumbass is going to let Marlon come back to the home. So she lets Claudia know. Claudia, understandably, if the relationship was real, Claudia's concerns are understandable. You guys are going to fuck. You missed the D. And Claudia feels used. When Claudia says she feels used by Flo, Flo goes off, tries to snatch her up, tries to get physical. I'm not going to say too much on this. I'm going to say this. I don't buy this storyline. The stuff with Gael and them, I buy. I don't buy this storyline of Flo and Marlon really being broken up. I don't think that Marlon was really homeless, living outside of his restaurant with a pallet of blankets set up on the floor outside in hot, humid-ass Florida. I don't think that was happening for a second. What I will say is, Flo, you going to try and snatch this girl up. But when Trina disrespected you and your sister, you don't want to snatch her up. There's been plenty of opportunities Flo has had to become physical or snatch somebody up, and she hasn't. So you try to do it with Claudia. If you're going to be with a woman, right, it's no different from being with a man. If you put your hands on somebody and you're in a relationship with them, that's a domestic dispute, a.k.a. domestic violence. I don't want to comment on this storyline, but I'm going to say this. If it's real, Claudia, this is why you don't date people to anybody single. Stop dating people married until the fucking divorce is final, not filed. Until the divorce is final, this person is still in a relationship with someone else. They may say they're not, they can be fully done in their head, but they're still with somebody else. And so you should probably just avoid it. And for those who are like, oh, well, he's got paperation, they filed for separation. Filing for separation over divorce means that they chose to separate instead of divorcing. So
yes, and I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people were saying that on Instagram, which was annoying me. Separation just means that neither spouse can press charges on the other one, because to abandon your spouse is actually illegal.
Yep.
And they can actually, and you can actually, in I think, is it 37 states or 36? It's not all of them, but in most states, you can go to prison for abandoning your spouse.
You can.
So you get legal separated paperwork that protects you from the legal system. That is what that means. That does not mean anything else, because divorces take a long time.
Yep.
So that is what that means. And then I'm going to also speak on this because, you know, it's funny you bring up that she didn't want to fight Trina, but had all the smoke for Claudia. There's a difference between the two.
There is.
There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between the two. And that is, and it's not what you think. It's actually Marlon. That is the difference. Trina didn't bring up Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
Claudia did. And that's a soft spot for Flo.
That's true. That's very true.
So when I saw that, I said, and that's what made me know, that confirmed it all for me, that this storyline was bullshit. Because her mentioning that, if there's no truth to it, then what are you mad about?
Thank you.
If there's no truth to you, if y'all are really separated, he's sleeping on the couch and you in the king size bed upstairs, what is the problem? What is the problem with her saying that? Her feelings, if this relationship was real, which I know it wasn't, her feelings were absolutely valid. That's your husband. Yeah, I'm going to think you're going to fuck your husband. Absolutely. What else is there for me to think about if he's moving back in? Why he can't move in with his kids and you come live with me?
I don't know why people do that, especially the people, like, if you married and you know you're not done with your partner, just keep it real. Like, I was separated from my husband for like a month once. People tried to talk to me and date me. I kept it real. I said, I can't talk to you. Why? If you guys is headed out the door, I'm all right with that. I'm still fucking him. Like, I'm not going to stop either. So I'm just letting you know. Right. Be honest with people if you're the party who's trying to separate or divorce. And if you're not the party, then just stay away from anybody who has somebody that got paperwork on them, meaning they married in any way. They've got a last name.
Avoid them at all costs until the ink is dry. And I mean, that means the judge blew on the ink with his signature. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about him just signing it and then putting a dot there. No, I need him to blow on that motherfucking paper until that ink is dry. And then that's when I will start
wait for the paperwork to be filed with your courthouse. Hell.
Absolutely. Hell, even then, let the filing clerk over there that make $32 an hour, make sure her ass files it.
Absolutely. I never understood it. I never understand it, child, but hopefully that helps somebody.
No, that's because that's this goofy ass generation with that shit. That I don't know why y'all act like this is, because it was funny. It was a comment they did on the radio not too long ago about someone has said that Faith Evans, Biggie's ex-wife, and I showed it, tweet them. I said that is not his ex-wife, that is his widow. They were not divorced before he passed. Y'all need to get that shit correct. And then someone gonna say, well, they were not together. They were legally married.
And trying to figure it out if you actually watch the documentary or listen to the words that come out of her mouth. They were not finished with each other at all.
They killed me with that. So y'all, that's because that's what this goofy ass generation don't understand, because none of them don't want to do the footwork to get married. A lot of these kids want to put rings on people's finger but don't want the paperwork. And it was like, and y'all would just accept that shit. I'm just like, nope. That's why I don't believe in long engagements. If I get engaged, my marriage is happening within 4 to 6 months.
Oh, I'm so glad we agree on that.
No, yeah.
I feel like a year is the max that a person should be engaged.
No, that's too long. I feel like
if you're planning, like if you're one of those people who wants like a huge wedding or wants a specific place, fine. But you should have.
It don't cost nothing to get you an Airbnb. Nowadays it's even better. You can get you an Airbnb that got a huge ass yard, put you some chairs up and
Y'all
get you
put
and
chairs
put you some
up.
chairs up, get you a theme from Party City. Go and get your uncles and
Party City.
go and get your uncles and your aunties and they tell them to go fix the barbecue and the potato salad and the greens and call it a day. I don't need all of that.
That's what my dad did actually. When he got married, that was what 2010. When I say they went to the Joaquin Miller Park in Oakland, where people just be passing through, found a setup. They had the little marriage thing. We had the little buffet type. We had greens, mac and cheese, peach cobbler.
Absolutely.
They got married, and
you can even be cheaper. I knew somebody who got married at the. I didn't know them personally, but I knew somebody got married at the taco festival in Scottsdale.
I would totally get married at a taco festival.
I would too, because then I ain't responsible for nobody's shit and eats and drinks. I can just literally get on that stage. I do, and that's all I got to do.
I think just as a side note for the last point too, something that bothers me. People are always like, "You didn't have a wedding." I had a great wedding day. We got married at the ceremony. The people who needed to be there was there, and I ate Indian food after at this popular restaurant, and I don't regret it because I view weddings as like. I don't want to enter a relationship in debt. And I got married at 19, so we was broke. Okay. So I did what I did. But some of our family wants us to do a wedding, like a vow renewal. They're like, you should renew your vow. You guys robbed us of a wedding.
Sorry, y'all. I'd be like, I ain't robbed you of shit. I did what I could do at the time that I could do it. And 10 to 15 years later, I can't do it.
Listen, I'm going to say this. If I do get a wedding, I'll invite and include the people who who
should be there. Absolutely. Who should still
be James and 3 others. Lord, let me stop. Anywho, the next thing we see is Eliza Rain and Safari. Another scene I don't believe. This is why I say we won't be here long. I don't buy any of this. They're in the gym. I guess they've been dating. What I will say is Eliza Rain and Safari are perfect for each other. You're both clout chasers and, you're both hoes. What I typed in my note, they're perfect for each other because he a hoe and she a bop. Or thought, however you guys say the term now, because I'm not always hip to terms. They both serial date people, and I don't fully buy their relationship. She speaks on all the drama that she has going on with, Shay talking about her, baby daddy and all this situation. And he gives her advice. He's like, you want me to give you some advice? You have to address it. Anybody taking advice from Safari Samuels, I'm going to, if I had the licensure, I'd 5150 you. That's a 72-hour hold here in California. Because why are you taking advice from Safari? I just don't take him seriously. I also don't understand why people keep dating him, but I feel like it's mostly just so that they can get some type of clout because controversy, especially with the younger generation, controversy is what gets you noticed.
What? I thought about that. You know what I thought about? Because I thought about that, what you just said, and I thought about Erica Mena, and I thought about Nicki Mudaris and all the women. I really felt like these women thought they were going to get the same man Nicki Minaj got. I really think that, even though he was corny and she said he was goofy when she was with him, but he was loyal to her. To the extent that she was playing around, making it seem like she was with this one, that one, this one, that one, but he was still right up under her. So it makes me feel like whatever these women saw on that aspect, they didn't look at every aspect. So I think that that's what these women are seeing.
No shade. I'm going to say something a little worse. Look at the women he's dated. None of them are really high quality or top tier. So outside of their,
I had to get off camera because I was about to sneeze on you because I was about to be like, girl, wait a minute. Not you saying these women, Erica Mena, yes, obviously. Who else has he been with?
The reason I feel that way, it's not, I know a lot of women like to judge themselves based on looks and things, y'all, but I don't judge people based on looks. I never have.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I like how my husband looks. I got to like how you look to be with you, but in terms of the quality of person that you are, the quality of man or woman or trans, because we're welcoming on this channel, I just don't view someone as top quality, top tier, a good contender to be with someone just because of their income, their looks. Like there has to be more. And if you look at Nicki and the one that was on Love and Hip Hop. Hell, even the one that's, you know, a big star. Erica Mena. You know, these are all women who don't know when or how to shut the fuck up. Or, you know, I'm not even judging who they've slept with, because that's like what you do in the bedroom is what you do in the bedroom. But just the way that they carry themselves, their attitudes towards the world, towards themselves, I just don't think they're the greatest people.
It's just they all have like this inferiority complex where they think the world owes them something because they were able to make some spark of magic happen or impact on society, as if that really does matter at the end of the day. I'm going to say this. I feel like you women really did think, the ones after Nikki, y'all thought y'all were going to get that same Safari. And I believe that she ruined or had a part in the demise of why he turned into this unfaithful clown. Because I never heard of him being unfaithful when we was with her, unless there's some articles that y'all have that I was never seen.
But even with the women that he's been with in recent times, like Mena was talking about him running around with other women, but that was when they were divorced and she was pregnant. You know, they're divorcing. So I don't know. What I will say about Eliza Reina Safari, we got introduced to Eliza as a friend and realtor to Amara. So now you are dating who Amara was also dating, which we'll get to that later. But don't forget that you're dating your friends. I don't care if you're my friend, not my friend. I'm not going to date your ex. Right.
So for me, I differ from that. I don't care. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. If one of my friends decides to pick you up after I done left you out to the streets, then that is on them. I hope they treat you better than they treated me. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because I have had that situation happen to me. That's why, and I didn't care. And a lot of people say, why you don't care? You didn't. It was the Logan people. It wasn't the Mount Eden people. Because trust me,
people can still find them. Union City is about a 37-minute drive.
No, I was cool with it. I was like, do y'all because to me, I feel like that rule is stupid. In my personal opinion, that rule is stupid. Like you can't date somebody I used to date. Why not?
If it's like my closest friend, then I expect that rule to be followed. But if it's like just my acquaintances,
well, you ain't got to worry. Well, but to me, I don't want any ties to any of my friends. Once they become your ex, I'm not going to be interested in any of them because 9 out of 10, you done cried over my shoulder. And what the fuck do I look like going after somebody after he done did shit to you? He gonna do it to me too. Right. So what the fuck? That's just stupid.
And that's the statement right there that applies to Eliza. You know, this man put her through and all of this, then you have to understand. But you know,
that's the point I'm making now. Yeah, and that's why I say I hope they treat you better than they treated me. But at the end of the day, I know what you about to get. That's why I'm not going to be mad about it.
See, I'm petty as hell, y'all, because I'm a Gemini. I would wait for my friend. I probably wouldn't cut off my friend, but I'm gonna be like, oh, you complaining? Well, don't you remember when I dated the nigga and I told
I wouldn't even do all that. You know what I would do? I would do the heavenly laugh. Because I done told your ass what this motherfucker did, and here you go. What makes you thought you was any different? You walk just like I do. Yeah, it's maybe bigger, but hell, that don't mean nothing. Shit.
Lord, Jesus is a whole fool. The Heavenly Laugh. I could not. For those who don't know who Heavenly is, Dr. Heavenly is a renowned African-American dentist out of Atlanta. She is a part of the Married to Medicine show. She is someone we love. We go over. Please tune in to our Tuesday recaps on James's channel. Link is in the description to watch our recaps on Married to Medicine. He does a very good job. So good that you don't really have to watch the episode. He goes over it in a way where you can understand what's happening and be involved. I also have a playlist set up for all of his Married to Medicine recaps. Please tune in. We're trying to help each other. As creators, we should all support each other. It's free. It's free. Anywho, moving it along. Trick Daddy takes these stupid ass Hollywood twins who, by the way, they just don't have the best faces. And if their faces are like that with makeup, then I don't know what's happening without it. Nia agreed. Let me not miss your comment, boo. I apologize. I used to be territorial, and then my bestie went for my ex. Nia, let me know, girl. I'll pull up to Philly. I don't play that. That's so rude. After that, I don't expect empathy. People don't care. That's a good point also.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? The same way people don't care, I wouldn't care either. So whatever happened to you in result of what I done told you with this mofo, then I must say it like this. That's what you get. Because I done told you that, and that's the thing when friends do that to their friends. We give you all the Yelp reviews and the warning signs and the caution tape of all of this dude, and you still cross the leaps and bounds to be with them. And I don't get that. That
I
shit
actually
wasn't fun
had
when I
a
was in it.
friend, my very good friend from high school, who you knew, y'all graduated together. You know who I'm talking about. Had a baby with my ex, hid it from me. And then everybody was surprised I wasn't mad about it. I guess I do stand with what you say, where if I'm done with someone, I don't care, because I didn't care. I was around him, loved the little girl to death and all of that. My biggest problem was, why would you keep you dating an ex that I had at 14, 15 from me when they got together when she was like 30. So it's like high school is done and over with. Separate from that, I've been with my husband since I was 19. So why would I care? Then it ended up being a problem of contention in their relationship and contributed to their breakup, because I guess when they would get into arguments, he used to be like, you need to be more like Amina. She got her boots laced. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait, what? So I would be getting phone calls sometimes, minding my business at home, during the pandemic, watching Marvel movies with my man, my current man, and they calling me, is it true that in 2007 you did this for him? Shit, I fucking know.
And this is what I would have did. I would have did that. I would have did
Every
exactly
time I
that.
got off the phone with her, James, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at Josiah. I said, she crying over the same shit. He did this shit to me at 15, and I knew not to go back.
That's why I said that heavily. I'm gonna record her laugh and just start playing it. I promise you. That's exactly.
It's a sound effect.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do that one day, because I promise you that is the saving grace of everything. Y'all start doing the heavily laugh when people start doing you raw. Just all you do is do that. I promise you that shit will not only just make you feel good at the inside, but it's gonna make them feel even stupid. Because what you calling me for?
Nia Green commented, and they still chose to be dumb. People do. I don't
They
know.
do.
Now she's
They do.
baby with him. He's not involved at all. Mind you, she was also friends with his sister, and his sister used to complain how she was always watching his kids that he had with other people. And then the girl got pregnant, had a baby by him. Yeah, she knew, and she's friends with so many people who were connected to this man. She still chose to have a baby with him. He found out that she was pregnant. I had to show up to Hayward. He tried to put her through a window trying to help her abort, which is fucked up. But
side note, before we finish, do we know any of the other baby mamas?
Yes, you do. You really do. Ooh, yeah.
Let's hurry. Yeah, let's hurry and give it this live. I need to be messy. Let's hurry up and get through this live. I need to hurry. I need to know.
I want to know. No, you do. You know it very well. You still talk to her. The anywho, moving it along, Trick Daddy and these damn Hollywood twins. The only reason I'm talking about them is because of Hot Topic, which is spelled stupidly, HAWT. She is an image consultant, and they speak of Hot Topic's drama with other people on the show. I guess she's got some issues with some people, but she spoke nicely about Zoe Rank. She has an issue with Gael. But at this point, crazy Gael. Gael knows everybody, it seems, in Miami. And she either real cool with them or she not. But she still knows everybody. She is the bone collector of Miami, it seems. Crazy Gael. So I'll leave it there with that, because I'm not commenting on the Hollywood twins. I think what Trick Daddy is doing is insulting to artists who can actually rap and who actually work hard at their talent. That's all I'm gonna say. So we did see MJ, Shay's brother, and Shay meet up. Last time we saw her, she was hollering like a 5-year-old Banshee, talking about, I'm gonna block you, you're blocked. Okay. It's funny because Shay's always hollering and quick to block her family, but when shit go wrong, she come crawling and running right back to them. She said, is that the ones who don't know mic placement? Yes. What you know about music, Nia? Because you're using the correct terminology. Wait a second. Let me find out. Let me fuck around and find out.
No, her comment is she's I could see James thinking. She was right, because I really was trying to think of who it is.
Listen.
I really was trying to think of who it was in my head. Because I only talked to a handful, but I tell you, it's a handful of y'all I still keep in contact with. It is a handful from our circle that I keep in contact with. I don't keep in contact with everybody. That's why I'm like, look, it only can be 2 people. That's why I'm like, because the other 3 are men. That's why I said it only can be 2 people. That's why I'm thinking, I pray that's not who I think it is.
Who got a baby? And now he gonna be like, and who's the baby dad?
Yeah, because the one I'm thinking, because the only one I'm thinking of, she got 3 kids, and I know it ain't. Oh hell no! Okay, finish live. This is live. Okay, go ahead. All right, I got it now. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about now. Go ahead.
Anywho, they meet up, and I'm trying not to laugh. I can't even read my notes.
I know because I'm ignorant. That's why I was like. That's why when you said that, I was like, wait. Who?
They don't watch my channel. I don't talk to nobody from that fucking school except for you and Leona, and that's why I say y'all names. Nobody else do I speak to because I can't tolerate them.
Damn.
Oh, and April. I love April. Love her. Anywho, Lord help us. So Eliza, basically MJ asked about the drama with Eliza Rain that Shay is having because he's seen his sister's mess. And Shay says that all she knows is that Eliza Rain fucked her brother. So I guess Eliza and MJ had relations. Yes, they spoke about that. He confirmed it. And
I missed that part.
I just want to know, like, so Eliza's dated multiple of Amarda's exes. So obviously Amara does not care. But they discussed Shay's pregnancy and they came to this stupid ass conclusion that I feel like MJ just made because I feel like he just wants to know his nieces and, you know, the people who have their kids in that family. But they say the baby has nothing to do with the relationship with Fabo. And when that came out of Shay's mouth and when MJ agreed, I was like, 1, this is what James be talking about, these generational curses. 2, this is why Amara obviously could not be with him because he thinks this way. 3, if you have a child with someone, they absolutely have something to do with the relationship that you're going to have with your family. Your child's going to talk about them. Your child's going to have to be around the other person's family, hopefully, if they're willing to. Like, there's no way that you can disconnect the relationship with your mom and Fabo just because of a baby. Like, Fabo has everything to do with the child that he put in you, Shay. Even if he don't want nothing to do with them, he has everything to do with that. So I didn't understand that statement. But Shay is not the smartest. We saw her in Flavor of Love chasing after what looked to be an earthworm that has been fried and sitting in the sun too long. We saw her in Flavor of Love. That's Bucky. I just want to remind everybody of who she is. We also have to acknowledge that Shay is Fabo's 8th. She will be having his 8th child. Remember, it was confirmed last season and through the tabloids and through Mama D and some woman that he was dating, the woman whose Tesla it was, and we ain't seen Shay in that Tesla since then. It was common knowledge that he had 6 kids prior and a wife running around Jamaica somewhere. And he has some kids, I believe, in America, the Americas or whatever. Either way, Shay is not having this man's 4th child or first child. She is on his 8th child by being pregnant right now. He had 6 kids prior to Shay. He had 1 kid with Shay. That's 7. And the whatever's growing inside of her is 8. So
wait. I thought this was baby number 10.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say a lower number.
No, because here's the thing. No, because I thought he had 6 with the wife, and then he had 3 in Nebraska, and then he has 1 here with Shay, and then she be out there. I thought this was because remember we on last season we counted it out.
Perfect, but it's a damn shame that we are running out of hands and toes to count this.
No, but I really thought
you're right.
No, because we counted it. We counted this last. Go back, y'all, and watch last season on her playlist. I guarantee on one of the episodes we was counting the babies because I was confused as hell.
I believe you're correct.
I think this is number 10.
Is it Wisconsin somewhere?
It's one of them upper states. Either it's Montana, Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska because I know Omaha there's a So that's why I said I think Shut up. But I honestly believe this is baby number 10. I think she has 9 and 10. Or she got 8 and 10. Because I think he had a baby somewhere in the middle of that. I have to go back and watch. I'm gonna go back and watch that. I think this is 10.
We running out. We definitely don't have any more fingers and hands left. So now we're counting these kids on our toes. Listen, I said it about Nick Cannon's baby mamas, and we'll discuss this more with Jessica White in the next recap we do. When you get pregnant by a nigga who got 1,679 and 3/4 worth of children, listen, Nia said,
and she's not gonna. She know where she gonna run, Nia. She gonna run right to him because she don't. That's what's wrong with her now. She don't run away from the direction of harm. She runs right into it. We see it every time with her, and this is why I don't like her, because you have had 15 to almost 20 years of being on television where you have acted a fucking fool, and you would think all these years leading up into today's time that you would have gotten the help and you would have had the wherewithal to understand, maybe I am the problem. Ayana tried to tell you when she was on your show. She tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. You and that other raggedy ass one on Flavor of Love, y'all need help. Because she acted a damn fool over Michael Blackson's ass. And I was like, well, what the fuck is going on here?
Goofy ass Bucky for years.
I mean, goofy as hell.
Shay doesn't know what she's doing. She obviously doesn't know what she's doing. And I think Eliza Rain made a good point that for those of us who don't want to get too deep, Eliza Rain said to her in the argument last week, you talking about how I got my baby daddy. At least I'm not pregnant by a broke baby daddy who's gifting me with Teslas that don't belong to him. I said, well, that was a read. I'm not going to lie. I don't like Eliza Rain, but it's like, damn.
I don't know her not to like her. I just think she's stupid. But I'm going to say this. She did get her with that. They do. They right. I'm telling you, she is a walking billboard sign of just stupidity, ignorance, and all of it ain't bliss. So I'm just trying to figure out, for Eliza Rain, for me, it's not that I don't like her. I just don't like women who root themselves into getting somebody's leftover man who ain't shit and can prove he ain't shit, and you still want some affiliation with him. We've seen it with Future. Now we've seen it with Safari. I need you to wake up. Because that's not cute. And all you ladies do that for some reason. Man could have 55 kids and you's like, oh, I just want to be 56 because he's so fine. And it's like, baby, there's nothing fine about somebody with 56 kids. There is not. There's nothing
Mabel's
fine.
not all that fine either. I don't know who thinks he is. Maybe that's with Shay. But I will say with Shay,
I think it's his demanding rudeness. Like, I think it's because women like that shit too. I
feel like it's also desperation, because when you're, no shade to Shay, when you've behaved like she has with her dating life publicly for so long, carry yourself the way she does, snapping on people constantly, you are what you attract to some extent. I feel like she could attract a better and different quality of man if she was, improving up the quality of herself. But that's just a personal opinion. She ends up crying because her mom was not happy about her pregnancy. And I'm gonna just say this and then move on. How the fuck do you and are you upset and selfish enough to expect your mother to be happy that you got pregnant again by a man that you allowed to disrespect her? Shay thinks because she went off on camera one time on Fabo that she has defended her mom. But how many times did her family come to her saying he's disrespectful, he's problematic? And you did not believe them, baby girl. You sat there and you believed him first and made it, let your trauma and your issues with your family that have nothing to do with this man get in the way of the fact that what they got to lie to him on him for. What do they gain from that? Nothing. So Shay, grow the fuck up, apologize to your mom, and keep it moving. Yes, your mom's done stuff to you. Listen, I'm estranged from my mom because the relationship's that bad, but trust and believe, if my mama was to be like, Josiah disrespected me, nigga, mind you, why are you talking to my mama that way? Like, make sure that there's some respect there. So I'm tired of talking about Shay, so I'm gonna move on. Can I move on?
You
I'm
can
so
move
tired.
on because I'm tired of talking about her too. We exhausted
She-
her.
She's just, I need her to do something else other than this show. But we see Zoe Brinks. I know I'm going straight to hell. Zoe Brinks has a party for the big girls. I don't judge you if you big. I don't judge you if you small. But when you that damn big, it's not healthy. It's not good for your bones. It's not good for your blood pressure. There are actual health concerns that come with being so large. Okay, not everybody can hop around like Lizzo. And that's why she be sweating up a storm to where they got to sometimes come through her shows with a mop. So I'm just, you can't do this. There's some sort of party for big girls called Juicy Thursdays, which I think was the worst name that they could have came up with. And Zoe Brink says she's gotten too much unwanted attention and feedback on her body. But she makes a comment that I actually respected a lot and appreciated. She says that she would love to lose weight, not because she's insecure about how she looks, but she says she wants to feel better and have more stamina. And personally, I think that that's a part of the reason why Zoe complains often about not being a big performer, not liking to perform, because to perform, you need stamina. And when you are to a certain weight, I am not fat bashing. So you sensitive new generation motherfuckers who want to come for me because you don't like my opinion, you can see yourself off my channel. I'm entitled to say what I want. And I said what I said. But I do appreciate her for putting that out there, because you can be big. You can love yourself, no matter how much weight you gain or how much weight you lose. But the key is to be healthy. And everybody has a different body type. So whatever she wants to do to feel healthy, good for her. But she's still collecting her check. But she's still complaining of Super Cindy Day, saying that the stage was a mess. The event was a mess. The event did look a little low tier and ghetto. It did. I'm not going to take that from her. What I will say is Zoe is the only person complaining. You are an up-and-coming artist. Cindy just tried to help you. There were execs in the room. Perform, lose your attitude, or privately tell Cindy you don't like stuff. We didn't need to see it on stage. So we then see Hot Topic, who we discussed earlier, an image consultant, come, and Joy gave Zoe flowers, which was the fakest thing ever. Talking about, I know your granddad died, and I said things about you that was mean. Joy, why are you on this show? Are you a cast member? Are you just here part of Trina's entourage? I don't get why Joy is still on this show.
And Joy, when are we gonna be in divorce court with you and Trick?
They're not going to divorce because they both fucked up their credit. He like to make it seem like it's just him, but I think she's equally bad with money.
Well, I feel like for me, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because this is me talking. Ain't nobody finna fuck up my credit if some shit is in my name. I'm either going to sell it or it's going to get foreclosed on and I'm gonna be done with it altogether. I'm not finna keep playing up this facade. Like, you gonna be homeless messing around with me. No, I didn't pay that mortgage. I put it on the realtor to sell the house because I'm not finna play with you. We are done.
That's
done.
On Vanderpump Rules. I'm not recapping that show because I don't want to deal with that fan base, but I now understand why you don't recap Love and Marriage. But
right,
on Vanderpump Rules, I was watching the episode and people were like, Ariana, why don't you move out of the house? I don't want to move out of the house because my name's on the house and it's my house. And he won't sell it. But she's living in it. We found out she ain't paying a single bill. She said he wants the bitch so bad and wants to refuse to sell it. Pay the bills. He said that man was on the TV, even though he cheated on her with her best friend, Scandival, y'all know, crying. My account was overdrawn because Ariana she just stopped paying. So it's like, I said, that's right. If you gonna fuck up me, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'll let you handle it. I'll let your credit go straight to hell, but you're not gonna let mine. Meanwhile, she's like, oh, my credit score is great. I said, yep. That's how it should be. So there are people who are Niall, let me find out you watch Vanderpump Rules. See,
I feel like I'm the only. I feel like I'm missing out, but then I don't feel like I'm missing out because that first season,
Scandival made it to where the scandal, to where people who never watched it before are watching it. Like Kempire for years was like, I'm not recapping that show. It doesn't give. Then Scandival happens. Now he's recapping it. So people are just hopping on the bandwagon of the show. The day ones are the day ones. But yes, I wanted to recap it though, James, but I was like, I'm not going to do this because I really do enjoy watching it and I don't want to take notes. I'm taking enough fucking notes on these shows. He feels my pain. Trust me.
I do. Yes.
Anywho, Hot Topic comes over, talks to Zoe Brinks, tells her she thinks that she's great, but that she needs to be more confident, which I agree with the feedback that Hot Topic gave, but no one wants feedback from someone they don't know, who they just met, who they're not working for. Zoe called Hot Topic a Trina cheerleader, immediately went on her. The girl did come to her with good intentions. She goes in on Hot Topic saying she's always fighting other people's battles. I don't know how she knows that. And Hot Topic's only response, and you fat as fuck, at the event for the BBWs. She knows she's fat. Is there anything else, Hot Topic? Because for your first scene in banter on reality TV, you have failed us, darling. You're not doing the best job. So I'm not going to comment too much on their little fight. I didn't think it made sense. I didn't like how she just went low and called the girl fat. But at the same time, Zoe was fucked up. They were both equally wrong.
I was going to say, they both wrong to me.
Like,
I don't have nothing to say about this fight either.
Because you're going to be stuck on Love and Hip Hop, like people like Carly Red, Rashida, hell, people who had careers in music before they came on the show and their careers died just because of how they behave. So if you want to be on reality TV forever and it's just about to check, fine, but Zoe's going to have to change her attitude because it's getting nasty to watch. Anywho, the next thing I'm going to be rushing through because I got to get to another live. Eliza and Miami Tip meet to talk. I don't know what the hell Bobby Lights was wearing. I know some of the gays like to wear feminine clothes, go back and forth and all of that. But you have to remember, clothes made for women are made for the female body. Bobby, I don't know why you were wearing that. It did not look good. And usually Bobby gives with fashion, but not today. Anyhow, Eliza says that the things that Miami Tip said to her or said about her impacted her child and future. She also says that it impacted brand deals and things of that nature. What I'm going to say is I feel like she was already impacted. That girl during COVID, when people were at home with nothing to do, I'm talking 2020, was all over the internet. First, she was fucking with Future. Then she went and was fucking everybody in Tory Lane's camp, which some confirmed it. There are videos of the girl in places we should not see videos. Then in addition to that, she was a stripper who did all of this and getting into it with people. And people believe that she did try to plan that baby, so much so that Future didn't trust her before any of it was public and took her to court, wanted a paternity test. Even the judge at one point didn't believe her. So you ruined your own brand by your own behavior. Listen, you can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, but do that shit quietly, because when people your name starts to get around, you're just not going to look good. You are the reason you lost your brand deals. I highly doubt that people are going to take brand deals away from you 5 years after this incident. Like, you are your reason. Please don't blame her for that. But Eliza forgives Tip, which I guess in the land of strippers, because strippers are shady. I have friends who strip, some of them in Florida, and they will say you can't trust each other. We saw this with Jessica Dime and Jocelyn Hernandez. They stripped in Miami. Strippers you've seen on television and the ones I know personally, they will say you can't trust each other. Everybody's there for their money. And it's that simple and nothing more. So I guess they forgive each other, which is wild. Eliza, you're upset at Amara La Negra just because she ain't call you back, but you'll forgive Miami Tip, who said you had a baby for a check. I don't get it. Tip apologizes. Eliza dating Safari comes up, and I guess Tip feels Eliza should let Amara know, but if y'all not friends no more, I don't think it's necessary. That's just TV drama. The last thing we see, because I'm not going to comment on two strippers making up, the last thing we see is Flo and her stupid ass fake storyline. Marlon comes home. I'm saying Marlon comes home because that's his home. I don't think he ever left. And she pulls her mom and Marlon aside to talk to them and tells them the divorce is still on and it's temporary. And she wants her boundaries to be respected. I don't like Flo's mom. I don't. And here's the thing. I talk about my mama. Your mama's on TV, bitch. I'm speaking. And if you don't like it, come see me. I'm in the Bay Area. Flo, your mom wants her kids to be as miserable as she was. That's how I feel with that man. Because how can you say you love your child but pushed them to be with somebody who has cheated on them, betrayed them, slept with your other child, and then some. So Flo's mom to me is a fool. She's a fugazi ass heifer. That's how I feel about her mama. But we then see Gael come in, and it's very weird when the person who slept with your husband is like, you better not take him back, Flo. Gael just talk like she a problem. And I'm like, even the one who slept with him is telling you this, Flo. They discuss then Gael brings up Hot Topic. I can't take Gael's.
I can't either. That's why I'm trying to I don't want to comment on this scene because I can't take her serious either because that was goofy as hell. First of all, why you didn't tell her that after you slept with him is my question.
Boom.
Why you didn't tell her that then?
She only cares when it's not her involved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
To me, she likes the demise. To me, it's more of a demise of her sister, but then she probably got some kickback from this show, and now she all in support. Because you was letting it all out when he was sleeping with your girlfriend and when he was sleeping with Susie over there in the corner. And then when your name popped up.
Gael is the sibling who's just like their mom, though. Because she's real, real close with her and the mama just forgive her for everything. I really feel like she might be similar to their mama. Because Gael didn't just come out that way. I feel like it's something deeper.
Oh, yeah, we all know that, but I'm just saying.
I'm so sick of these people. But Gael brings up this girl's arrest record. She's a fraud. Oh Gael says a Hot Topic is a fraud. Her name is Money or something. We will see more from that on the next episode. And Amara meets with Alan in this corny. Now the people who talk about me behind the screen, I'm addressing. Amara, go on and please do not renew your contract with Love and Hip Hop. You don't interact with the cast members. Since season 1, we felt bad for Amara because that man talked about her hair. Come to find out, that's not her hair. It's a wig. They was right. 2, she doesn't and has not interacted with females on the season really since then outside of Shay. She don't really talk to nobody on the cast. So it's like, why are you here? Because she doesn't give enough by herself. But we'll see them talk to each other, she and Alan, on the next episode. I'm in the live there. There was nothing else.
There wasn't.
The time that we spent mostly went to talking shit about Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I appreciate everybody for watching.
Yes.
We really do appreciate you guys. Be sure to like the video. If you could, it's an easy and free way to support the channel. If you like what we're doing, feel free to subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. The link to James's channel is in the description for those who want to subscribe to his channel. We are now going to get into our next recap, which is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Thank you, Naya. She says she had fun. I'm happy you had fun, girl.
Yes, we love when you have fun. Yes.
That is the goal. But we're going to head into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta right now. I appreciate you all for watching. Have thy best night.